Here we go. Hey, welcome everybody. This is week 5, right? Chapter 5, week 5 of Waking Up in 5D. This chapter, your emotions carry the key. I liked this chapter. How did everybody else feel about it?
I liked it. I got stuck in a couple of parts, so
Oh,
hopefully through us talking about it, we'll work out the kinks for me. I was getting a little scrambled, like, what does she mean by that? And I probably should have taken more notes, but I didn't. There's
okay.
no should. I'm not shoulding on myself. Stop shoulding on yourself as I'm healing my shoulder.
Yes, stop shooting on yourself.
Have you heard that before, David?
No, I
No?
love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Should I catch myself saying that? And that's okay.
it is
Um,
okay.
I
yeah,
should have read the chapter before today's
you
class.
should have.
Yeah, it's a good chapter to read.
It really is.
So your emotions are what make you uniquely human. Yeah. And she talks about the emotional body and how emotions are chi energy. So some of that I have a little bit of a different perspective and I think point of view. Like emotions to me occur because we have a physical body. Like without our physical body, I don't get that the spirit has like emotions. And I know she's talking about like almost like a separate, to me, it sounded like a separate thing from the physical body. Did you
Hmm.
get that too?
I'm trying to remember if she spoke about emotions being in the 3D or can they span dimensions?
They can span dimensions. Yeah.
But wasn't there a table or something that had 3D, 5D with emotions?
Yeah, on 110. We were
110.
just
Okay.
looking at that.
So here she says, contrary, I'm on the first page of, I'm on page 97, first page of the chapter. So it says, contrary to popular thinking, the dimensions are nested inside each other. From any point within the dimensions, you can see into the lower ones. At each acquired level of discernment, you then have the capacity to observe the lower vibratory ones. This is also why you don't necessarily need, or why you don't necessarily notice when you are in fourth dimension, because third dimension is so close and real. You are concurrently experiencing both. The lower dimensions are not lesser, like fewer dollars, but lower as in vibration, as a pitch can be higher or lower in music. Which pitch is better? Hopefully, the answer is obvious. None. They are all important. So I think the emotions are multidimensional. I think it's like she has that chart, like you said, Amanda, on what page is it on? 110?
Yeah.
So it's like 3D, you might have the emotion or the energy is patience, and then in 5D, it's compassionate indifference.
That's right. Okay. Thank you for
So it's
reminding me.
like I think it's like being honest and honoring of yourself and saying, okay, what is this emotion in 3D or energy in 3D, and then to transmute it or transform it into 5D, then that's what that table is about. So, like, despair in 3D would be joy and playfulness in 5D. So, it's like moving it, maybe moving like the frequency and the vibration. So, it's not to not experience those emotions, but to be able to like observe them and then say, okay, what is this and what's required here?
It's interesting what she's calling emotions in the 5D like acceptance. It to me that feels like a state of being. I guess state emotions are states of being. So I'm feeling accepting. Is that an emotion? It's almost more
Right.
head.
It's like energetic. So I would also say that acceptance to me is more like allowance in
Okay.
that 5D space. Because she says often to clear mass consciousness. And that's what, like, when you go to infinite allowance, to me, that's what that space is more so.
Hmm.
As you gain mastery of experiencing emotions and then stepping back away from it as the observer, you can notice your emotions. As the
What page are you on, Rebecca?
98.
Okay.
As the observer, you can choose to approach polarity experiences with compassion, which will allow you to instantly become fifth dimensional.
Compassion.
Yeah. So it's like observe the emotion, acknowledge them, and then have that fifth dimensional shift occur.
The portal to 5D.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's easier to get there than others,
Right.
especially when we're looping or interesting word is spiraling and like spiraling down.
Yeah, so on page 99, she says, your emotions can only react once, but your mind can, and I would say your body, like cellular memory, your mind can rerun that emotion, causing you to suffer by replaying a scenario, reinvigorating the emotions, and causing any pain and suffering to be felt over and over again.
That was powerful to me. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So
I get
it's,
rooted in that hamster wheel of emotion, keep reliving it. And I just was so, I really, the statement that you can, the emotions happen once and then we just kind of perpetuate them.
mm-hmm.
That was a, that was a wow.
Yeah. So it's our minds. And, I think it can be in the body too. And
Yeah. Cause we often feel it, we're just prickly or whatever.
when, like Amanda, you have your shoulder, you know?
Mm. Yeah, I've been digging into that,
Mm-hmm.
getting back to the word
Mm-hmm.
shoulder, the same word, the over responsibility. Um, yeah, I've been asking a lot of questions around the levels of responsibility in my life that I've shitted on myself and where have those come from and what purpose are they serving?
Mm.
And do they need to be there anymore? What's the process of releasing it? And as I'm doing that internal emotional work, my shoulder will pop. It's
Wow.
literally wanting to move out of my shoulder. And sometimes I have to stand up and like flick my arms and shake my legs and kick my legs out to keep the energy flowing because it's coming up and out. And I think I said that to you the other day, Rebecca, didn't I?
Yeah.
I said
Yeah.
it feels like something wants to come up and out of my body and it's getting stuck in my shoulder. And it's causing me a lot of chronic pain.
Yeah.
So, yeah, those looping of emotions, I believe, can get stuck in the body. And Louise Hay has a whole body of work around that. the body
Right.
holds the score. And now the science is catching up with it around the fascia holding memory and it being the information highway of the body.
Yeah.
And as we release the fascia, I know I've had some intense fascial work done specifically last year on my lower back. And I would have to come home and it be on my hands and knees on the side of the house on the earth, just like discharging whatever was being released. And a lot of it didn't even make logical sense. It was such old energetics that
Yeah.
got to be purged.
Yeah. And it
Really
doesn't,
powerful.
yeah, it doesn't have to have words.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Dr. Nia is receiving, she's one of my helpers recently, and she's been part of that healing process of helping me to release some from my body. She's going to be watching the replay. So thank you, Dr. Nia. Appreciate you.
Good. Good.
Was
Um,
it all yours that you were releasing?
Absolutely not. Some of it I even got were past lives, some of it were my ancestors. The thing I'm realizing is that since we're all one and everything's connected, it's like we're nodal points in these energetics and the different patterns and histories express themselves through the code that we are. I don't know what that means.
yeah, it makes sense to me.
And there's a certain code, and we can rewrite the code by bringing our consciousness to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you hear a lot of women say, well, this pattern ends with me. Like I came into this life, I became embodied to end this generational trauma for my family. And a lot of women and men are doing that work right now.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
yeah, a lot of it, I would say, wasn't mine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
Well, thank you for doing that.
the joys of being a light worker.
Right?
right. She talks about that.
It's
Um,
not for the faint of heart.
She says, learn to understand your own emotions so that when someone does let you down, you can move quickly through your disappointment and pain, understanding your part of the drama. And then she also goes on to say that, like, allow your emotions to have a voice and give up suppressing them, validate the self, let go of the need to be vindicated by others. Instead, honor your own suffering and move on. Yeah. Um, I wrote a couple of questions down. Or Amanda, you said too that you were getting stuck. What parts were sticking with
Well, actually, you just read one of them, which reminded me back on page 99 at the bottom, I had underlined that last line, validate the self. And then later on the next page about the emotions that hold you back under whining, the energy of self-validation. I was like, wait, she said to validate ourselves, but then self-validation is whining. I was a little confused on that. Maybe she was just using it in two different contexts, but it still kind of scrambled my brain.
Yeah, I think she is. Like on page 99, when she talks about it, I think she's just saying, and I get this too, because for a long time, I had and have suppressed my emotions and just said, oh, it's fine and I'm fine. And I'm learning how to say, no, it's not okay and it's not fine. And I need to recalibrate, or there are things that need to occur,
Okay.
like
I
maybe,
just got it. Thank you. Yep.
yeah,
Yeah. So she's saying validate the self, but don't stew in it.
right,
Because when you stew in it, that's whining,
right.
like over and over and over and over,
So I think,
asking for change.
yeah. So if you're self-validating and you're processing, and you're asking questions, that's different
Yeah.
than
Got it.
staying in it and going, why is this happening to me? Or like sharing that story over and over and over again to get others to validate you, like your story, like, oh yeah, that was bad or whatever. But if you're looking to others to have just a witness or, a process with them, I think that that's different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. That makes sense to my brain.
Yeah.
So does anybody know anything about the fleur-de-lis? Because that jumped out at me. Interestingly, and I noted it. I'm French, so I resonate with the fleur-de-lis, but I honestly don't know much about it. And she was talking about the threefold flame of love, wisdom, and power. This is symbolized by the fleur-de-lis, often seen as a symbol for France and the symbol of the Merovingians.
What page are you on?
The
100.
descendants of Mary
Mary
Magdalene.
Magdalene.
Yeah.
And so yesterday, when I
Oh,
was
up
at
there.
church, they were talking about the story of Mary Magdalene. It was all about Mary Magdalene. Then I come home and read this. And then this morning, I wake up to do this abundance guided meditation in a circle of women. And the first meditation she pulls out was a fleur de lis. So it's like, okay, this is getting my
Whoa.
attention. Talk
Three
about
times.
synchronicity. Yeah, talk about synchronicity. And I did make a mental note yesterday about I want to understand more of Mary Magdalene's story and the power of this fleur de lis, the love, wisdom, and power. So, does anybody have experience with the fleur de lis that they care to share
Mm-mm.
in us?
Mm-mm. It's never been in my awareness before. So, no.
It's
Yeah.
used in a variety, like the Scouts use it, like the Boy Scouts do. And I don't know if the Girl Scouts do. You see that symbol all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Chevrolet. I mean, he was French, and you see it in some of the logos that Chevrolet has.
Doesn't the French royalty use it too as an emblem?
Probably it's in the
Maybe.
flag, isn't it? And
Okay.
not the red, white, and blue flag or blue, white, red flag, but it's one of maybe it's the royal flag.
I'm gonna do some research and share what I find in our
That would be
WhatsApp
good.
chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
And
sounds
then
good.
the Canadians use it too in Quebec.
Oh, yeah, there's something there for me, and I'll share what I find.
So its sturdy stem represents the ever-present God who is our strength and our source of sustenance.
And then the flower, so it like curls out on either end and then it's kind of pointed up in the middle. Love, wisdom, and power.
Yeah, the fleur de lis, which translates from French as lily flower, is widely believed to
Lily.
depict a stylized iris rather than a true lily. Either way, the symbol has been long associated with purity, beauty, and divine light.
I love that.
Hmm.
Okay, there's definitely deeper messages here. I'm going to do some research. The lily is what almost killed my cat last year.
Yeah, when she ate it.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
deathly toxic to cats. And she had a nice 2-day hospital visit from that. When my dad brought my mom home Valentine's Day lilies.
Hmm.
So, yeah, there's some investigating I'll do.
Some deeper meaning for
Yeah,
you there.
yeah,
Yeah. It's
because it
speaking to you.
yeah, it came up 3 times in less than 24 hours. So Spirit's like, pay attention.
It's speaking to you.
Yeah.
Okay, what else, Amanda? Because there's so much in this chapter. I feel like I highlighted the whole thing.
Right.
Hmm.
It was
Yeah, I
crazy.
didn't. Like I said, I underlined just a few things. The next thing that caught my attention was on the next page under guilt, the last paragraph. When you carry guilt, these feelings can actually be based on old beliefs about how you are supposed to act or
Mm-hmm.
how others should, there's that word again, should
Mm-hmm.
behave, those expectations. When you project them onto others, these emotions of self-judgment become the coat rack on which you hang everyone else's guilt.
I know, and I wrote a note to myself, don't be a doormat and don't be a coat rack.
A false belief based around a wound that you could heal. Typically, a wound is held in place by the perpetrator who has become the placeholder validating your pain. Man, she gets wordy.
Mm.
Why do you need to continue to validate your pain? Okay, so validate, there's that word again. Validate, self-validate, guilt, like looping us. Self-validating is looping us in guilt.
Yeah, and then she says, decide to notice your blame toward yourself or others and see where you are holding wounds.
That's some deep stuff, man. It can be so, is insidious the right word? I'm not quite sure what insidious means. Like under the surface and like, ugh.
Ugh.
Well, so much of this guilt is programming that we
Yeah.
bought into from family or friends or
Yeah, the
Yeah,
should
it's
of
programmed.
the
how
shit. Yeah, you
you
should have done
should be
this.
acting. I'm going to close the
Yeah.
door.
So, yeah, insidious means something harmful, dangerous, or treacherous that develops gradually, stealthily, or in a subtle manner without being immediately noticed.
That's the definition. Yeah, the subtle manner of like it kind of lurking under the surface. And you're like,
Yeah.
wait, that tone of voice carries this
Yeah.
judgment laced with wanting to guilt trip somebody.
Yeah. Or manipulate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the energy behind it, right? And so that's why it is good to acknowledge it, like instead of repressing it and kind of even if it's required, like verbally vomit it. But again, it's not about staying stuck there or trying to stick someone else. It's more about processing it and letting it go and acknowledging it so that you can release it.
I've been working on that
Mm-hmm.
specifically the past year, being guilt tripped by my family. I think it comes
Mm-hmm.
into play a lot in family dynamics.
Oh, 100%.
Like, this is just what we do, and this is just how we behave, and this is how we show up, and these are the expectations. And if you don't fall in line, we're going to guilt trip you to conform.
Yeah. Yeah.
Blech,
Yeah. And it can be really
Right.
icky.
blech. It makes me want to vomit.
Yeah.
Some of that programming is just, they don't even have to say anything and you feel guilty. You
Yeah, it could
just,
be a look,
right. It's like,
the mom look. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. On page 102, Amanda, she talks about the role of blaming and whining a little bit more, and I had forgotten about
mm,
that. She says blaming and whining are also a form of self-validation. They validate your pain and promote your victimhood. They seek acknowledgement to maintain the status quo, validating it as it allows you to be stagnant rather than taking action on your misery. You have a personal duty to validate yourself, Don't make someone else do that.
Mm,
It's okay to tell your story, but do it without blame. Various versions of he done me wrong give you validation for your experiences. It may get you
mm.
sympathy for your wound and compassionate or compensate you for your loss, but at what expense? It holds you where you are instead of helping you evolve. That's why you really only need to do it once.
Yeah. And then she gives permission to, if you need to repeat it, only do it 3 times and that's it. Keep track
Yeah.
with an internal retelling limit of 3. Ha.
Sometimes I find that
That's really
I
hard. That 3 times. No, I'm going to do it 100 times.
sometimes I
It's a
find
practice.
It is a practice.
Yeah.
sometimes I find that when I'm ruminating on something, it's because there's a lie in there. And so I have to
Mm.
go to question and be like, okay, what am I missing here that I'm not acknowledging that if I were to acknowledge it, it would like bust free? Because like stuff can, I think, stick us, but it's
True.
not, I mean, you can move through it, but sometimes I think when it's ruminating,
Hmm.
then there's something there that it's still trying to get your attention, like it's still trying to tell you something.
I just got this image of, those in a bakery and they have those big ass mixers that goes like,
Yeah.
tick, 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 tick. And it's like, you're kind of like ruminating and it's like, no, the alchemy isn't quite done. Like the
Yeah.
mixture still needs to come together for the aha moment, and asking questions gives you that time and space to allow the dough to rise before you bake it.
Yeah.
That was an interesting visual I just caught.
Yeah. It's sort of like asking like, what is this? What is this? Like, what am I not seeing
Yeah.
here? Like there's something covert and unseen. So to talk about it from that aspect or from that energetic, you know, it's like how there's something here that's trying to tell me or teach me and I haven't gotten it yet.
It's the questioning,
Yeah.
ruminating versus I'm right, you're wrong, and you're stuck on that whole victimhood thing versus getting out with a good question or just reflecting on what am I missing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's a more empowered state than poor me and going into despair.
Right. So like one sticks you and one gets you unstuck. Depends
Hmm.
on which, I think it depends on which, what's your agenda? Like, what's your agenda by telling it? Is your agenda by telling it to get validation from others and to keep you where you're at and help, and get you right? Because a lot of times that's why we're telling that story over and over and over again, too. We want to be right.
Mm.
I like to be right.
We all do.
Rebecca knows that about me. She's like, "Are you being right?" Yeah, I do like to be
Sometimes.
right. Yeah, I'm like, I know.
Sometimes.
I forgive
But
myself.
also, like when things happen, I think it can get you really clear on what's true for you, like what your boundaries are, or where you're at with certain things in your life, or, that we talk a lot about that identity piece. Like if you're here in this identity and this is your new identity, like what things are okay for you here that while you're moving to this identity, that something might happen to show you, hey, you still have something stuck here. Or your new identity would not have chosen that. So, you know, what is that? What is that piece?
Hmm. It's like spring cleaning and cleaning out those dusty corners of your closet. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
you gotta shift this around. Oh, I actually don't need that anymore. Those were last year's flip-flops.
Yeah.
I'm not carrying those forward with me into this new season.
Yeah, exactly.
Creating the space.
Yeah. So when you,
Collectively, I've been witnessing a lot of people clearing space all the way last year up through recently.
yeah,
A lot of space clearing.
yeah.
Oh my
The
gosh.
year of the
Yeah.
wood snake, preparing, and I
Oh,
remind myself,
wow.
and I've, yeah, been witnessing for myself, like, oh, that needed to end. Like that was the death, and it's creating space for the new to come in. And
Yeah,
had I not allowed that relationship to fall away or this project to come to a close, then the closet gets musty and moldy,
yeah.
and there's no room for the new wardrobe to come in, the new
Right,
identity
right, exactly.
to play with.
Right.
Earth school. Back to what you were saying about when things happen
Yeah,
that trigger us, it's an opportunity to do a little more closet cleaning.
yeah, and say, okay, what is true for me?
And
This is
maybe
happening for
even
us.
literally, and like you can clean out a closet if you're stuck ruminating on something and ask questions and help move the energy physically out of your body to get it
Mm-hmm.
out mentally.
Mm-hmm.
I know cleaning helps me shift the energetics and I'll get downloads like, oh, there's the aha. But if I'm just sitting there, like on my bed, on my phone, and bleh, like not actually moving the physical energy, it takes longer.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's part of it. Like if you're having emotions more in that 3D column, maybe that's what we need to do. We need to sit with it and sort of like c- clean out those cobwebby or moldy, musty areas of our energetic body that are no longer going to serve us where we want to go, the new identity. So it's like clearing that out and just saying, okay, that is not me. That is not me. This is who I am. But when something happens and you go into that space of emotions, then definitely sit with it and then ask it, like go in and ask it questions like, what do I still need to work on? Or what are you trying to tell me here? What's the message in it?
Yeah, they get stuck in the body when we don't allow ourselves to feel them and move through us.
Yeah.
Like the despair can turn into depression.
So when you feel strongly about something, what do you usually do first? Do you judge it, explain it, suppress it, spiritualize it, react from it, or listen to it?
Oh, that's just the whole
Wow.
smorgasbord of what I do. It depends on the
All
situation.
of the above.
Yeah.
What do you do with it?
Yeah.
Right?
Spin the wheel.
Right.
Mhm.
Growing up, what were you taught about emotions?
Stuff them.
Yeah, same.
Don't
Yeah.
express them. Be a good girl. Be quiet. It's okay. It's not a big deal. What's the
Just
fuss? What's
just
wrong?
smile. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's a good question being asked for parents to their children. What's wrong? Like, what if it's not wrong?
Yeah.
angry or I'm
Yeah.
sad that I'm not getting what I want right now or what's wrong? I'm tired. Although kids don't normally have that self-awareness that they're
Or
tired.
the vocabulary. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember being asked questions for fear of that. I'm going to say something that they don't want to hear, right? We're going to avoid any sort of emotions
Mm-hmm.
and just not ask
Yeah. Suppress,
and then
suppress, suppress.
suppress.
Which emotions have you been told are acceptable?
Joy, but not too much joy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't be crazy, Amanda.
Oh, Amanda.
Don't be too exuberant and don't embarrass us in public.
Don't be too don't be too
Don't,
silly
don't be inappropriate. Oh, and I love to be silly. I can
and
be a total
inappropriate.
clown.
You love to be silly and inappropriate.
Yeah,
You are an algorithm interrupt. It's
I
okay.
am.
Yeah. So what emotions do you trust the most? And which ones do you distrust and why? I guess I would say I trust them all, but again, I have to go back to asking them like, what are you trying to show me? What are you trying to tell me? But I think sometimes when we have emotions, we really need to ask, like, what is the lie? Because a lot of
Yeah.
times, what I see with people and emotions is they're lying to themselves about the truth of a situation. So, like, there was either an expectation that didn't get met, or there was a misinterpretation, or there was a blame, shame, regret, guilt thing going on, or, like, look at it and I think to not lie to yourself about it. And then I'll go back to something that I was talking about on Saturday on the resurrection call. It's like if you think you have an awareness, ask again. Because I think what I'm seeing too with a lot of people is they think that they have these awarenesses, and I think emotions have to do a lot with that. Like you think you have
Mm,
this awareness, and then you think that that awareness is like your all intuitive knowing, and it's not.
Hmm. Blind spots. We all have them. I know
Yeah.
I do. Weren't we talking about blind spots the other day, Rebecca? I
Mm-hmm.
don't remember the conversation, but
Yeah.
yeah, awareness, playing with awareness, asking more questions.
Right. Because emotions, like when I was a little girl, I was very sensitive. I'm still very sensitive, but I've learned how to not get hurt by things. But as a child, I used to get hurt by things all the time because I didn't know how to process the emotions. And I'd be like, why are people being so mean and icky and awful? And when you're an empath and you can feel other people's emotions, that's another level of all of it. And she talks about that a little bit in here. Like,
Yeah, I was
is
gonna
it
say that.
yours?
Is it yours?
Yeah.
I know sometimes I'll wake up with a heaviness on my chest. It's like, where is this coming from? Is this mine? Like, what did I pick up astral traveling last night in my dream state? And a practice that I've been doing is, well, I guess I don't need to know where it comes from. I just get to feel it and allow it to move through. So these past few weeks, just like
Mm.
these waves of grief have been wanting to come up and out of me. And I don't
Hmm.
necessarily cognize why. or
Mm-hmm.
even need to put my finger on it. So in the shower, I found has been part of my practice, like utilizing the water to get that flow going and like let the tears come up and out and let the water wash it away so that I feel it and I allow myself to feel the grief and the sadness. And then I feel better after, like it lifts. So I don't, yeah. It's hard though not to want to understand them.
Right. And that's why I'm saying go to question, if that desire to understand them is there for you, then there's probably a message or something to receive because she talks about that too. Like when she talks about the 5D, the last like feeling violated, she says expression, that's the 3D feeling, and then the 5D feeling is expression of original intent and understanding that every experience will benefit life's journey. And then I'm going to ask us this question. What is the difference between what I feel and the story I tell about what I feel?
Yeah. I think that maybe that's the story is the mental part.
Yeah.
The
The
feeling is
story
just,
is the
Yeah.
3D ego part.
yeah, the feeling is just the feeling and allowing
Hmm.
ourselves the spaciousness to feel it, like anger or disappointment.
Yeah. So then asking yourself, like, is this mine?
Mhm.
And is this feeling current or is it linked to an old wound, memory, expectation, or identity? And what changes when I stop arguing with the feeling and simply notice it? Like, be with it.
Yeah. Like what I do in the shower. It's like, oh, what's necessary here? My body wants to cry. Okay, well, that's not fun. Who likes to cry?
Sometimes I do. Sometimes crying to me is like a huge somatic release. Like
Yeah.
it's just like a ah,
I'm getting
get
used to
it
it.
out.
I am appreciating it more. And I did a post on social media the other day about can what was it? Can you allow yourself to experience grief and gratitude in the same breath? Like, oh, it
Yes.
sucks, but I'm so grateful it's coming out
Yeah.
of my body.
That's my practice this week. My daughter's birthday is on Wednesday, and I've been experiencing probably for the past week and a half that grief and gratitude at the same time.
Potent stuff.
It is because you can then be with it and you're not trying to shift it or change it. You're like, okay, I'm gonna have allowance for this. And like you said, practice the being with it.
It's really beautiful. I see so much beauty in that.
Mm-hmm.
It's so tender.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The angels are saying, oh, you're so lucky you get to experience grief and gratitude and rage and joy and disappointment
All at the same
and
time.
all of it. Mm.
Yeah. So it's like what changes when you just stop trying to get rid of an emotion and instead just be with it, ask it what it knows. So did this chapter change you in any way? Like what you think about fear, emotional pain, or awareness?
Well, for me, it helped. It kind of reinforced that, yeah, you have to be with the emotion, but just not. There's a difference with allowing it, and then not that we're done with it, but the 3D, 5D um, that we're trying to get to, and all the practice that I need
Mm-hmm.
to
It
get
is
good at it.
practice. Yeah, I practice every day.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Amanda, Alejandra, do you have anything you want to share?
Shoulders keep coming up. I'm 113 about if you're already a light worker. If you feel your burden is heavy, you may be carrying the weight of many on your shoulders. Don't do this as a path of least resistance. Do this with a glad heart.
Well, and have you stopped to ask for help?
Yes, I have been. And it's shifting.
Okay, good.
It's unsticking. It's changing.
Good.
It's less sharp. It's moving.
Mm-hmm.
It's not completely resolved yet. And I'm noticing a difference.
Good. Yeah, because she says in here you are expected to ask for help from your angels and guides if the burden becomes too heavy. I think
Hmm.
you can do that for anything, even if it's not heavy.
Yeah, I was reading that part this morning. I said it out loud.
Help, help,
Help!
help me.
Help! Help!
Help me,
Mm.
help me. Yeah.
Millions of helpers.
She has that little prayer on 115. She says, Dear God, masters, teachers, and all beings of 100% God light, I need some help and I need it now.
Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Yeah, say it over and over like a mantra until things get better.
Yeah. Good stuff. Does anyone have anything else they want to add or any questions before we end the call?
No, I feel complete.
It was a good chapter. I really appreciated it. Next week is the language of the fifth dimension.
Hey. Ooh, yes. Etymology, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Swear words. We'll
Oh
talk about that
gosh.
again. Did we already talk about that in the
We
beginning of
did.
that
We did. I love swearing.
range? Abandon these words.
Alejandra, are you laughing? You're giggling, aren't you? She pops in to laugh. I love it. Thank you for that closing energy, honey. Did you want to say something? You unmuted.
Oh, I'm just grateful for all your sharing. Wow, it's beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you for being here and your
Yeah,
energetic contribution, honey.
Thank you.
absolutely. Thank you for coming.
Awesome. Well, it's good to see everybody. Thank you for coming on. Next week, we should have our full group back. I know a lot of people were still on vacation, and I love it when everybody's here because we get a lot of conversation going and contributions from everybody. So I'm excited to see other faces again on here next week with us. And if you want to join, you still can. Like, hop on anytime, right? Okay. Love you all.
Thank you
Mm.
all. Love you.
Bye.
Thank you.
See you next
Bye.
week. Okay, bye.
Have a great week.
Thanks. You too.